Because I'm a dirty fraud that didn't really properly explain if burning has energy readings or not, I'm just going to go over it here. So just imagine this video as kind of like an extension or like an expansion upon the burning versus spiral video. So check that out if you want like the main arguments. So, well, at least in terms of everything that's not energy reading wise. So here I'm just gonna properly go over it and add more stuff on it, like, because I kind of pulled a trust me bro when I said burning has energy readings. So I'm just gonna properly explain it here. So now I got like the intro out the way, let's just get into this. They're always, and I mean always, and I have to really specify this in order to really stretch this out to add the proper scans and all the statements for this, because I mean always and always, they are always monitoring Godzilla, they're watching him.
What's happening? Something's wrong. He's never been this close before.
Who's he?
Who do you think?
He's taking our observation drones.
They always have his readings, they're always on his ass.
Let's have Godzilla hauling ass off Argentina.
This is extremely apparent in the likes of KOTM through GXK.
Godzilla appears to be following the same path as MS Osprey, heading north over South America to here, Outpost 56 in Isla de Mara, Mexico. Because it's stated multiple times and shown multiple times that they have his readings, that they're always monitoring him, that they know where he is. And you might say that, well, didn't he like disappear for 5 years after the events of 2014 and nobody knew where he went? And yeah, Monarch knew, and it was just them lying to the public.
Yeah, we call it Castle Bravo, our new flagship facility, built to track and study Godzilla on his own turf.
Thought he was missing.
Well, only if you don't know where to look.
As they directly state that, yeah, they know where he's been and they know where he is. So with that in mind, since they're always just constantly on this man's ass, they can predict where he's going, and they know where he's going, they're always following him, they always have sights on him. They also have satellites in the air or just in space, so it's just like they're always using those as well.
Emma's not at Isla de Mara. I mean, the signal's too weak to be local. She's bouncing it off our satellites. They must be holed up in one of our old bunkers.
And they have technology that can broadcast stuff for literal fucking like thousands of meters away.
60, straight at us, 1,200 meters and closing.
And they have radars, sonars, etc. that can detect stuff from like 1,000 meters away, not even exaggerating. So with all of that in mind, and let's go over to GVK. Well, there's no real direct statements that say they're monitoring him.
Godzilla just made an abrupt change in direction. He's moving very fast. Projections show he's likely headed to Hong Kong.
And we just have heavy, and I mean heavy implications, because it's just shown multiple times that they know where he's going. It's stated that they know where he's going. They're monitoring him, and they have technology specifically built for this. And keep in mind, Monsterverse technology is always improving. And so with that in mind, and they would just have more technology, better technology in order to track him and know about him. And so with all the information that there's like satellites in the air, there's satellites in space, and that they are always tracking him, they're monitoring him, they know his vitals, they know his energy, they know all this. So with this in mind, especially because of the even more heavy implications in GVK, that they're just always monitoring him, and oh my god, sickness. Anyway, skipping to GXK, they are always on this man's ass, bro. Like they're monitoring him from the second he wakes up, monitoring him when he goes to sleep, monitoring him when he starts walking, monitoring him when he fights, monitoring him when he does anything. And so they're always following him, they're always monitoring him, they're always checking his vitals, they're always trying to find out what he's doing. And so with this in mind, and it's just like heavily obvious, is that yes, burning most likely he does have energy readings. And before you try to straw man what I'm saying by saying, oh, it's you said most likely, let's not pull that cherry picking game. But anyways, so yes, there is no direct statements that say or show that they have burning's energy readings, but it's just heavily, and I mean heavily implied that they do. because of the constant comparisons. They compare him to Energized. As on first glance, this statement might be referring to appearance, but as you really look over it, she specifically says not as intense, and like doesn't seem as intense, which heavily imply is that they do have Burning's energy readings, because how would you know that it's not as intense, or it doesn't seem as intense if you don't have the knowledge of the thing that you're comparing it to? And when they also say that like 3 fucking times that supercharged evolved has stronger energy than Burning, yeah, I think it's very apparent that they have Burning's energy readings, because they say without instruments. They also say no one has ever seen energy readings like Evolves before twice, and also saying that he has the highest and strongest and fastest and brightest radiation. So with all of that in mind, and it's just really apparent that they definitely do have Burning's energy ratings, even if there's no direct statements. So the argument you're probably going to use here is that, Ghidorah's storm has an EMP. It has EMP-like effects, not necessarily an EMP, because it functions more as one. It functions more as like a buffering one that falters the technology rather than shuts it down like Muto's. And speaking of EMPs like that, Energized literally just has a shutdown EMP, like a Muto level EMP. It's stated twice in the novelization. And so it's pretty apparent that this isn't really a like shut down EMP. So, especially because we directly see its effects in the movies. Like, we directly see its effect out in the movie, because like they are hit with Ghidorah's storm. It doesn't shut down their technology. It buffers the technology, kind of like a lagging signal, where it buffers and makes their screen go like into static for like 5 seconds before it turns back on.
The Titans have stopped.
So with that apparent, that definitely means that they do have energy readings on Burning, because unless you want to say that Ghidorah suddenly he has an EMP that just shuts everything down, that would just kill everybody, considering that it would, all the fucking aerial crafts would just be a beeline to the ground, which just isn't the case. So it like fucks with their technology, but it doesn't shut it down, which is extremely apparent in the movie and in the novel. So with that in mind, and this is just not a good argument, especially because the storm doesn't really seem to be doing anything, since they can track Ghidorah perfectly fine. They can pinpoint where he is, not just because of his storm and like the fucking Brazil-sized storm, but because of him himself. This is directly shown in the movie, that they can pinpoint where he is in the storm. They can track him. They can do all these sorts of things.
Another storm.
And so the last argument you're going to say is, the Argo left. Keep in mind that the other aerial crafts, the one that is specifically still like around Boston, and they're like outside, kind of like outside of it when Burning's around, that also has like technology to read readings. This is shown earlier in the movie.
Our new flagship facility, built to track and...
So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, gang. And even if there's no direct statements, it's pretty apparent that he does have readings. Not only just because of the comparisons in GXK, but just because of the extreme heavy implications. So, let's just put all of this together real quick. 1, they have satellites in space which they can use to monitor and detect things and track things and get the readings from things from like fucking millions of kilometers away. 2, an aircraft that has the technology to read energy and have stuff appear on its radar, or is literally in the area and wasn't gone on when Burning first showed up. And wasn't even gone when Second App showed up. So 3, They just constantly have monitoring technology, like the Argo can detect stuff from literally hundreds of thousands of kilometers away, so I doubt it fucking off into the distance, and which at best Mach 7 speed, at best I'm talking, would be able to prevent it from getting readings on Burning and Ghidorah. And for the fact that they're just constantly monitoring everything. So yeah, if you put all of this evidence together, you're from the combined knowledge of KOTM, GVK, GXK, it becomes extremely apparent that they most likely, and when I say most likely, I mean they do just straight up have readings on Burning. There's just really nothing you could say besides saying that, well, why didn't we ever see them? I don't know, ask Legendary. And also because we directly see that they have footage and information about Burning. They directly say that Burning is his most lethal state. They also say that Godzilla has a pulse, in regards to a Burning type pulse. Those aka that AoE effect, so which would be vastly different from the one showed in Aftershock. And they also show that they have just direct footage on him, so with all of this knowledge combined, yeah, they most definitely have readings on Burning. I don't know what to tell you, gang.